I always say this to even on our broadcast that Torquay, look, there are a lot of teams on the Live Golf League that are very tight, very close. Most of them are, and they all get along great. But Team Torquay, there is just something different about you guys. There is that sense of it's almost like a fraternity of some sort that you guys just, it really, you guys are a tight knit group of friends. What sets Torquay apart, in terms of your team and your dynamic compared to the other 12 teams on Live Golf?
Before we even were to Live, we were already a team. What we're doing on Live, we were doing it before that. We were staying together. We were sharing coaches. We were sharing chef. We were staying pretty much every week together in the houses. We were traveling together. Our vacations were together. Nothing has changed for us. The only thing is that we're playing on a different tour. But we were always a team. We were always trying to help each other. We were always trying to, like push each other to work harder. And when somebody was struggling or not doing something that we thought it was the right way, we all found a way to help that guy or push him to even do better. And it literally, when we came, obviously, with the situation and everything, the way it happened and different times we came, somehow I end up in a different team. But the goal was always to us play together. We always had that kind of friendship already where we were a team even before being a team. I don't know how to explain.
Well, you and Seb went to the same school, right? I think
Yeah,
you're
North Texas,
a year.
North Texas State. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to North Texas, and I think all of us are really close in kind of all kinds of different ways, and then since Joaco got on tour before even he had his car, we started traveling together when he was doing all those sponsor exemptions, and then after that we traveled together everywhere. And then during the pandemic we got even closer because that's where we started staying together in homes. We had a chef that cooked for us, so after the pandemic finished, we just kept doing the same thing. And when you're going everywhere with these guys, we play, practice, and then travel as leisure too together. We do everything together, so it's actually a pretty cool group. And somehow it's kind of like a little family that we have on the road, because you can get kind of lonely out there, and we found a way to make it fun. Like I actually make fun because my wife sometimes gets mad at me that says it's crazy how much you love going to tournaments and everything. It's like, yeah, it's not my fault that I love my job, and also I have my best friends that I see every day. So for me, going away to a tournament is actually going out with friends. So we have a blast, and and obviously that's just something that I can definitely see that not everybody has that same kind of dynamic on their team.
I can see how Hallie thinks that way because you're leaving her with 4 kids.
Yeah, that's another. I forgot to mention that. But
he's got 4. You got 4 girls. You're the only guy in your family.
Yes, I am. It is what it is. I love. It's awesome. I wish I had a boy too, just to help me out here. But it's awesome. Being home here, you could see. I'm just watching them outside. They're literally going on the roller skates around the pool right now, and they just nonstop.
Where are you?
At home in Dallas.
In Dallas. Oh, perfect. So not too far from Denton, where you went to school. Now, I know Waco is the captain, but who's the leader? Who's the leader of your pack of 4 guys? Because every pack has a leader. Or are you all just like great best friends with all 4?
Joaco is the captain, and obviously he leads in some. I think we all kind of get together in a certain way, Like I think Joaco obviously leads in the way that his work ethic and everything. He's a leader in that way, and then Sebastian in the way he thinks. He's a guy really strong mentally in some ways. Like he's a philosopher. If he wasn't a golfer, he would be a philosopher. He's kind of that guy that thinks deeper and always looks in a different way. I feel like I'm always pushing in lots of different ways to get better. And then Mito is another guy that just brings I don't know if people know this, but he's a really funny guy, always keeping you on your toes. He's always giving shit to everybody. It's just the dynamic that we all create. This is just, I don't think there's just one guy. I think that's what I was telling you guys, that there's times when one guy is doing better than the other and then tries to push the other guys, and then vice versa. There's never been one guy that does everything for everybody or that we all follow. It's just that depending who's doing better, we try to lift up the other guys, and I think that's what teammates do, and that's what family does. And I feel that that's just something we don't even have to force. That just comes natural to us.
Oh, that's just so special, and it must just be so much fun between, because I know during the weeks on Live Golf, you guys all stay together. I know Joaquin now has a chef for the entire team. You guys are trying to eat healthier. Most of you are working with Ito. I know one of you isn't. Seb isn't working with Ito. But you know, it's such a special bond. And every time I'm around the Torquay camp, I can feel it, you know, every time I'm behind the scenes, I'm on the range with you guys, or we see you guys during practice rounds, you can tell the authenticity of the friendship and the fun, and just it's so special. Now, speaking of Joaquin being the captain, now this year, as a non-surprising trade, you moved to Torquay from Fireballs GC where you started. How are Sergio and Joaquin different as team captains?
In a lot of different ways. Sergio is a great guy. He's always been awesome to me and helped me in a lot of different ways. I mean, just to start, the age difference is completely different.
Yeah, we're familiar with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think what is great about Joaquin and that I love being around him is that he's not gonna tell you anything. He's just gonna show you. You know, he's not gonna tell you have to act this way, or you have to practice, or you have to do this, or you just watch him and you'll learn, you know, like that's the kind of guy, you know, he's not gonna be bothering you with words and giving you a speech or anything. And I'm not saying that it's good or bad, but that's just the way Joaquin is. And Sergio is more of a guy that's gonna come up to you and try to, you know, push you, you know, to do better, and then he'll give you a speech. He'll like, he's a guy that you're on the driving range and you struggling, he'll come and offer help. And like Sergio is more about talking and trying to just create that, whereas Joaquin is more, honestly, doesn't really, he's not a guy to go express himself or even talk. We always make fun of him that he's a guy that really struggles to express himself. But if you just watch him, the way he does everything, then you'll learn, you know. And for me, being around him, it's been extremely helpful, and I just keep learning from a guy like that, because he is unbelievable on how he does everything and how hard he works.